Right, well, we're here to talk to Muriel Jacobs about her use of Google Docs to find out how she's been getting on using it and what she thinks of it. So, hello.
Hello.
Before we get going on Google Docs itself, can you just give me a bit of background in your own use of using computers? When did you get your computer?
I suppose I've had it now for about 7 or 8 months.
7 or 8 months, and this is your first computer?
First computer.
And you've never used a computer
No.
before? Fantastic. Okay. So, and you're online, and do you use email?
Yes.
And what
yes.
do you use for checking your email? What program? Or
Google.
use Google Mail. Okay. And do you use the internet much?
No, not an awful lot.
Okay.
I've used it sometimes to search for something if I'm not sure what I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Okay.
So, in terms of, and this is to ask you a very delicate question, but I think it's something that's quite significant here. Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Not at all. I will be 90 next May.
90 next May. Okay, so
An old lady.
Only a little bit older than some of our users, but still quite impressive. So Google Docs, how did you get going with it? How did it all start with the document you're using?
Actually, it started because my granddaughter decided that as I'm a joke person and always tell jokes, it would be rather nice if they were written down so that one day, hope it's a long time yet, if I'm not here, she'd be able to read them and tell people them.
Fantastic. So you're collecting all the stories and jokes into a document.
Yeah.
And what's the benefit of using Google Docs as opposed to just writing it in a Word document, which you would have on your computer?
I think it's much easier. It'll all be together and I won't have to keep jumping about from one thing to another.
So you wouldn't have to keep sending copies?
That's right.
Because we found the benefit of Google Docs is really about the collaboration, and meaning that you can share one document.
That was amazing because that's what Sarah did. She shared the document with me when she opened it up.
Yeah, great. Okay. So how have you found the actual piece of software to use it? When you clicked on the link when you were sent the invite,
yes,
and
that's right.
And there weren't really any instructions with it. It was just sort of have a go with this. So how did you manage to have a go with it?
I clicked on the link which Sarah had sent me, which was in blue, and then it came up saying Grandma's jokes, and then I started writing them in.
Straight in. And in terms of using the word processing tools, how did you find that?
Got me there.
Well, in terms of typing things in and knowing where to go and...
No, I found that quite easy, although I don't think I'm doing it correctly because every time I want to get into Grandma's jokes, I just press Grandma's jokes at the top.
So the top of the browser...
You know, where it says Google Mail and...
So let's have a look, see if we can see.
Up here.
At the top of the browser... And what browser do you use? Use this browser.
That one, yes.
It's Firefox.
Yes, Mozilla, isn't it?
Mozilla Firefox. And one of the tabs along here is the link that already says Grandma's Jokes.
Yes.
We can't quite remember how it ended up there, but that's how you access it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Well, if
good.
it works and if you get in,
Works fine.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, in terms of, I mean, you didn't get any instructions when you were sent the document, so did
No.
that worry you, or did you just...
No, I just thought I was doing it fairly well and it was working, so
Yeah.
I wasn't worried. Although I like to always find out if I'm doing it correctly or not.
Sure. And so have you encountered any problems or any concerns?
No, I don't think I have. Sometimes I lose it. Sometimes it goes off the screen altogether and then I have a job to get it back.
To pick it back up again?
Usually I manage it. But
Okay.
don't ask me how.
And finally, can you see any other uses of using Google Docs? So obviously you've got it right now to share jokes.
Yes, but I would like to use it because I happen to be chairman of a charity organisation and at the moment I'm just using it. I've got a folder for my group, but I think it would be much better if I had it on a document.
So the folder you've got right now is in Word, but
you
could see having a folder in Google
Google
Documents.
Doc would be better.
And then what you would be able to share your
Hopefully,
documents?
if I couldn't share it with any of my committee who unfortunately are not computer minded, I could always share it with head office.
Right. I think that's probably one of the disadvantages of your years, that because you're ahead of your days and ahead of the time, maybe your friends and peers aren't quite so cutting edge. But
of course they've all got plenty of computers up at head office. So
sure.
I'm sure that I don't know whether they're into Google Docs or not. Once they hear about it, they might be interested.
Absolutely. Well, Muriel, thank you very much indeed, and we look forward to hearing more news about you soon.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for coming.